Okay, we're ready for part C. Part C says, repeat procedure B, but substitute milk for the water and use ammonia in place. Part B. Repeat part B, but substitute milk for the water. So what do we have? What do we do to the water in part A, or part B up here, was we put lemon juice drops in the water. And so we're going to substitute the milk for the water, and we're going to put lemon juice drops into the milk. So how many drops of lemon juice or of milk do we need? Oh, by the way, I had to clean my beaker, yes? So the rule of thumb for cleaning things in the lab is you clean them. Don't use very much soap unless you absolutely have to. I clean this without soap. You clean it until you think it's clean, then you rinse it out until you think it's rinsed out, and then you rinse it 3 more times. The rule of 3 for the lab. Anytime you work in a lab, use the rule of 3. Rinse it 3 times after you think it's clean, and don't use a whole lot of soap. If you have to use soap, use it. If you don't, don't. So how many drops of milk do we put in? We put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just like we did with the water, 20 drops, okay? Alrighty, so there's our 20 drops of milk. It's not very much milk, is it? Not very much at all, but we know the pH of the milk is starting out at 6 because we checked it before, okay? So we're gonna add 1 drop of lemon juice, and we're gonna do what we did with the other. We're gonna swirl it around for about 10 seconds, and we're gonna take our pH paper. We're going to dip it down in there, and we're gonna check the pH of the milk, and it's no longer what it was before. It's no longer 6. It's kind of like 6, but it's certainly not 5. So we're going to call this a 5.9. Okay? So in our lab book, we write, we're going to write 5.9. Now it changed a little bit, but not very much. Not like the water. The water went from 6.5 to 4, boom, just like that. Okay, so also we want to keep our eyes open for anything that's happening inside the beaker. So I'm going to put this black case behind it. Can you see anything happening inside the beaker down there? Okay, let's keep that in mind. All right, we're going to add another drop. 1 drop. Stir it around for about 10 seconds. And we're going to check it with the other end of the pH paper, just like that. And we're going to compare it to our color chart here. And it dropped a little bit more. It's not down to 5 yet, but it is a little bit less. Okay, so we're going to call this one 5.8. Okay, alrighty, add another drop. There we go. And we're going to keep going. Swirl it around, swirl it around. Swirl it around, swirl it around. Get ourselves some pH paper. Check the pH. And, it would appear that we're down to 5 now, right? Or pretty close to it. So we're going to call that, it's not quite down to 5 yet, so we're going to call it 5.2. It's getting down close to 5. Okay, we're going to add another drop. This is drop number 4. And we're going to stir it around. Keep this thing going. Going to get the other end of our pH paper. We're going to dip it down in there, and we're going to compare it to our color chart. What do you think? I think it's changed enough we could call it a 5, okay? So we're gonna call it 5. So it's changing, but it's not changing as fast as the water did. And also, remember I told you we wanna look for any change inside? What are we seeing inside our beaker there? Can you see it? It would appear that we're getting little specks or clumps in there, okay? Now, one of the questions for this lab is going to be, why did those clumps form? So you want to be thinking about what we learned about macromolecules and what could possibly be causing them to change, okay? And make clumps. All right, we're going to take the other end, dip it in there, and we're going to change it to our color chart there. And I think we're looking at 5 again. Okay, looking at 5 again. All right, add another drop. It's going to be drop number 6. Stir it around and around and around. And we want to make sure we give it a good 10 seconds here on these other ones. That's interesting. And we'll show you that to you in a second. We're going to pull this out. And let's go. Check our pH. Can we get it down in there? I might have to get a pair of forceps to check the pH. And we're going to check it to our, see, it doesn't take much. We're going to check it, and what do you think? What do you think it is? I'm going to call it 5 still. That's my call. When you do the lab, it's your call. You call it whatever you think it is. I think it's a 5. All right. Look what we got in the bottom of our beaker. What are we getting? All right. Now remember, you're going to, maybe you can see what's in the bottom of the beaker there. You're going to try to figure out, oops, I dropped in 2 drops. That was a mistake, but we're going to go with it. We need to roll it around, roll it around, roll it around, roll it around. You see we're getting a lot of clumps in there, aren't we? Get another piece of pH paper. Going to get it down in there, get a little dab on there, shake it off a little bit. Compare it to our color chart. Sometimes if you turn them sideways like that, it helps. I'm going to call it 5. So staying at 5, okay? Oops, I put 2 drops, right? So I'm going to put a dash, 5. So we're going to drop 9. Try not to put 2 drops in at a time. If you do, that's what you do. You're going to stir this baby around here a little bit. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Swirl it around. See what's happening in the bottom of our beaker there? Yeah, it looks kind of gross. Looks kind of like sour milk, huh? Okay. We got to stir it around there a little bit. All right, we're going to take our other end of our pH paper and we're going to dip it down in there. And we're going to compare it to our color chart right there. And we're going to look at it. And do we have a change? It's moving down. It's moving down a little bit. I'm going to call it I'll call this one a 4. Okay. So it dropped to 4. Okay. Add another drop. Stir her around. Stir it around. Ten seconds. Roll it around in there. Roll it around. Roll it around. Get it all down there so it will mix up good. We have to make sure it's had time to react and cause the change it's going to cause, or not. All right, let's check it again. What do you think? I'm calling it 4. Okay, next drop. We're on drop 11. Now, You and your partner might come up with different results that I'm coming up with. Why? Because you might have a little bit of a variable different from what I'm doing, okay? Your drops might be bigger. You might have a different dropper that makes bigger drops. Who knows? Maybe you measure with a graduated cylinder a little bit differently than I do. Point is, we've got to make sure we get things stirred up like that. So you notice I'm making more of an effort to mix it up, okay? Okay, check it again. What do you think we got? You know what, guys? I'm calling it 5. I think it matches 5 better. So pH went back up. All right, drop number 12. Stir it around, stir it around. Now you can definitely see those clumps down in there. They're kind of gross. Looks like sour milk. And actually, be thinking about what could possibly cause those clumps of milk to form. They look kind of like clumps or balls of milk or knots of milk. All right, what do we got now? I'm gonna call it 4. It went back down to 4. All right, take that one out. Give it another drop. Okay, get the other end of my pH paper here, dip it in there, compare it on the color chart. It's at 4. Okay, definitely a 4. Another drop. Mix it up good, swirl it around, swirl it around, swirl it around. See, we want to try to mix those clumps up with everything else because why? They're part of the milk, right? We don't want to leave out any of the milk. We don't want the milk to feel bad because it got left out, right? So we got to keep tapping it like that so it gets all mixed up. This gets more interesting as we go. See some other changes come along. Come on, get down in there. All right, there we go. All right, what color we got? I'm thinking we got 4 again. Okay, put our thing right there. Give us another drop. This is drop number 13. Swirl it around, swirl it around, swirl it around. Tap it around so it mixes up good with those clumps of milk because the clumps of milk are part of the milk, right? All right, let's take our other end of our pH paper. Let's get it down in there. And let's compare it to what's going on here. Still 4. Okay. Another drop. Okay. Swirl it around. Notice how I keep the little cardboard thing inside there with a color chart on it so it doesn't get stained, okay? We don't want to take that out. We keep it inside the plastic. That's why the plastic is clear. Okay, that's probably 10 seconds. Take it out. Okay. Take it in there. Check the chart. I'm calling it 4 again. Okay, give me another drop. Okay, swirl it around. Just mix it up as much as you can. Try to get the clumps to go down in there. You don't want to drink this stuff, that'd be horrible, huh? Okay, all right. I'm gonna take this, dip it down in there. Get it out. Check it. I'm calling it 4. Okay, another drop. My dropper fixed here. Okay, we got 3 more drops to go with the milk and lemon juice. Okay, pull it out like that. Take it, put it on here sideways. Man, that looks like 5. I'm calling it 5. Now this does happen in this lab. They will, so don't be surprised if the pH goes up. Now it's not like the water. The water did not go up. The water just boom, it went down and it stayed down. Okay, something's going on here, and that's part of your lab, is to figure out why is it going back up. Why is it not just dropping all the way down to 3.5 like the water did? Okay, that's part of what you're supposed to be thinking about. Let's get another reading here. Okay. Dang, that's definitely a 5. So I was right on the last one. Got 1 more drop to go. All right, 1 more drop of lemon juice. Put it in there. Get my paper ready to go. And we're going to check it. And what we get, I'm calling it 4.5. Okay, all right, that's the milk and lemon juice. I need to clean our beaker. Remember how many times I rinse it after it's clean? 3 times. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Next step. Next step would be part D. Repeat part B. Same thing we did in part B. But instead of using milk for the water and use ammonia, instead use milk for the water. So we're going to put milk in here again, and we're going to use ammonia instead of lemon juice. So we're going to use our good old friend here, ammonia, instead of lemon juice. So we're going to put our lemon juice to the side. And we're going to get our ammonia ready to go here. We've got a clean beaker for our ammonia. Remember, the ammonia, we don't want to leave that open. So I'm just going to make a little slit right there. I can put that down in because it will change the color of our, it could change the color of our litmus paper. So I'm going to put the litmus paper over here to my left so it's pretty far away from the ammonia. Okay, so how many drops do I need? I need 20 drops, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, I'm going to put our milk right there with a little milk dropper in it. So there's our milk. Again, it's not very much, but I'm going to mix it up there. So we're going to put some ammonia in. So we're going to put, in our lab book, we're going to be writing on the next line down, milk with the ammonia, okay? All right, here we go. Milk with the ammonia. 1 drop. Boom. Okay, and I don't know if you noticed what that did right there. Okay, we're going to mix it up. There's already a change taking place. I don't know if you guys can see it. This happens sometimes. It happens very rapidly. It already had a change take place in the milk. Can you see what it is? Actually, we have 2 changes taking place in the milk. Okay? Remember, what are the evidences of a chemical reaction taking place? You got to think about that because that applies in this experiment. Okay, we got to check the pH. Now remember, the milk was what? The milk was 6. All right, we're going to take our pH paper. We're going to take it, dip it in here. Anybody going to guess what it's going to be? Look at that. Is it 7 or is it still? It's still 6. So the milk goes 6, unchanged. All right. and add another drop of ammonia. Boom, just like that. Stir it up. Give us 10 seconds. Now this is not clumping up like the lemon juice did the milk. We're getting a different reaction. Now, if you think about it, ammonia is a base and the lemon juice is an acid, still at 6. 6. Okay? So you would expect a different reaction than another drop. Drop number 3. You expect a different reaction. Dang, can anybody see this reaction? Okay? Actually, there's 2 things happening right now. Think about it. Don't just ask somebody else. Think about it. It's called critical thinking. I got a little drop of milk that's hanging out on the side there. That's not a happy drop of milk. All right, we get our just there. Still 6. Okay, drop 4 coming up. Boom. Oh, I hit it with 2 drops. So I'm gonna have to skip one, right? Skip that one. I hope it doesn't affect it, our experiment. Okay, we're gonna take our pH paper. We're gonna flip it over, dip it in there, and it's no longer 6. I don't know if it happened on, it's looking like 6.5, I'm gonna call it. So between drop 4 and drop 5, because I messed up and I put 2 in at once, it changed to a little bit. First change, all right, whoa, I missed with that second one, so okay. These droppers aren't always the best. Man, you can see that change taking place in there, okay? Definite change, okay? All right, let's get our piece of litmus paper out here. Get it down in there. Shake it off, 1 drop, shake it, and check the pH. What do we got? 7. Definitely a 7. Okay, we're going to take another drop. Just 1 this time, Mr. Smith. Okay, I'm going to mix it all up. And I'm going to flip it over. Check it. It is now, what is it now? Is it still 7? I call it 7. Looks like 7 to me. Okay. Another drop. Put it in. Ooh, see that second drop fell right there. It didn't go in. I need to be more careful. Pull this out. Maybe give it a little twirl more. You have to have it mixed up if you want to get good results. Okay, there we go. Take it out. What do you think? I'm looking at 8. Okay, 1 more drop. Slow it down, Mr. Smith. 1 drop. There you go. Mix it up good. It was a good 10 seconds. Get the pH paper in there. Eight. Another drop. This is drop number 10. Okay. Mix it up. Mix it up. Get that down in there. I'm calling it 8. Still at 8. Another drop. Whoa, I gave it 2. I've got to slow down. I'm messing up. So drop 11 doesn't get counted. Put this in, check it. Still at 8. Okay, another drop. Take this out. Whoa, come on. Now we're getting a little change here. Nope, still 8. Give me another drop. Okay, that was drop number, this is drop number 14. Okay, we're going to put it right on there like this. Still 8. Like I said, you might get a variation when you do the experiment. Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Can anybody see a change taking place in there that we didn't see before? Okay. If you look at it with a black background, might make it easier. Okay. Get our pH paper out here. Checker. Get out in there, pH paper. There you go. Check it on here. I'm still calling it 8. Another drop. Swirl it around. This is drop number 16, so we only got 5 drops left. Get the other end. Put it down in there. I'm still calling it 8. It's shading, I might say 8.5. It's starting to shade toward 9 a little bit. Another drop. Yay. This is drop 17. Oh, I'm glad I didn't spill that. We would have had to start all over. Go back over here. Okay. This is the kind of test that you have to finish in one period. Because if you don't finish in one period, what are you going to do? Start over tomorrow and start on the same drops? Kind of hard. I'm still calling this 8.5. Okay. One more drop. We got 3 drops to go on this one. Then the work begins. We got this one and another test drops to do, and then we're going to have to do some real work. Okay. All right, grab the other end, put it down in there, tap it off just a little bit, and check it. It's gone. It looks like 8 now. It looks to me like it's gone back down a little bit. Give me another drop. 2 more drops. 1. Okay. Mix it up. Can anyone see any change in there? My big old fingers might be in the way. Can anybody see any change in there? The way the milk looks? I don't want to smell it. Might have a change in smell also, but I don't want to smell it. Okay, here we go. Dip it in there. And we're going to shake it off. And we're going to change it. Check it. Looks like 8. Okay, 1 more drop. So we got to write down 8 and swirl it around. 1 more check with the ammonia and the milk. Okay, 1 more check. Ammonia and the milk. It's still 8. It's a definite 8. Okay, so we got 8. Okay, can anyone? It's hard, I know, by looking at the video, but can you see any change in the milk? Okay, let me mix it up a little bit for you. There are 2 changes in the milk. Okay, so I need to clean their beaker out, and we're going to do the last set of drops.